Ready? I'm ready. Wait, that might be a little bit too loud. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's start with give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide yourself not from my plea for mercy. Attend to me and answer me. I am restless in my complaint, and I groan because of the noise of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked, for they drop trouble upon me, and in anger they bear a grudge against me. My heart is in anguish within me, the terrors of death have fallen upon me. Fear and trembling come upon me, and horror overwhelms me. Anxiety. And I say, oh, that I had wings like a dove. I would fly away and be at rest. Yes, I would wander far away. I would lodge in the wilderness. I would hurry to find a shelter from the raging wind and the tempest. Destroy, O Lord, divide their tongues. For I see violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go around it on its walls, and iniquity and trouble are within it. Ruin is in its midst, oppression and fraud. Do not depart from its marketplace, for it is not an enemy who taunts me. Then I could bear it. It is not an adversary who deals insolently with me, and I can hide from him. But it is you, a man, my equal, my companion, my familiar friend. We used to take sweet counsel together with me in God's house. We moved and let death steal over them. Let them go down to the grave of life. For evil is their dwelling place and in their heart. But I call to God, and the Lord will save me. Evening and morning and at noon I utter my complaint and woe. And he hears my voice. He redeems my soul and safety from the battle that I wage, for many are arrayed against me. God will give ear and humble them, he who is enthroned of old, because they do not change and do not fear God. My companion stretched out his hand against his friends. He violated his covenant. His speech was smooth as butter, yet war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. Cast your burden on the Lord, for he will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. But you, O God, will cast them down into the pit of destruction. Men of blood and treachery shall not live out half their days. I will trust in you. In God I trust. Isn't that a beautiful song? Okay, reflection time. So, oh my god, this is like one of the longest psalms in the Bible. And there's a lot going on. It talks about betrayal. It talks about former friendships. It talks about lies. It talks about deceit. It talks about anxiety. It talks about fear. There's just so much into the psalm, and for me, it's just a song to relieve anxiety, a song to relieve worry. Because when you have all of that in your mind, all that worry, all that anxiety, whether it be because of betrayal, because you have ex-friends that have betrayed you, or because there's something going on that you're scared is going to happen to you, anything, it's calling for us to trust in God, and he will humble our enemies. And it's really interesting because yesterday when I went to church, the priest was talking about the parable of the wheat and the weeds. I don't know if you guys know that parable, but apparently there's a parable in which God allows both weeds and wheat to grow together, because if you pull the weeds out beforehand, it's going to damage the wheat. So so it's really amazing because this priest was saying that when you grow wheat and wheat together, it's better because that way when it's harvest time, you just pick it out and you've removed the weeds from the wheat, and the wheat is still beautiful and it's still how it's supposed to be. Versus if you remove the wheat beforehand, it's going to damage the wheat, so you're going to ruin the whole thing, not just the weeds, you're also going to ruin the wheat. So the priest was saying that this is an amazing parable because it's metaphorical to people today. how a lot of wicked people, because there are, like, everywhere you go, there's always going to be someone who's wicked. God allows wicked people to live and to thrive sometimes. But during harvest season, God will see like who will end up being good and who will end up being evil. And the priest was saying that like some people grow up good, like they're raised well, but they turn out to be bad. Some people grow up really bad, but then they turn out to be good. So God is so merciful that He allows both evil people and good people to grow together to see who will be the wheat at the end. The weed can turn into the wheat. And so we don't know if the wheat will become the weed or if the weed will become the wheat at the end of the day, because that's up to God. And God is so merciful that He wants to give us a chance to repent and to be the wheat in our lives. And so my favorite part, because I'm the type of girl where like if something bad would happen to me, or if I encounter someone who betrayed me, or like someone in the world who is just evil, I think, oh my God, like how is this person like allowed to get away with all of their evil? And I've had this happen to me like at work, out in public, like just everywhere, because they're everywhere. And I find comfort in the psalm because it says, God is a God of justice, and it says He redeems my soul in safety from the battle that I wage, for many are arrayed against me. Like you feel like everyone's against you, but God will give ear and humble them. He will humble your enemies. He who is enthroned of old, because they do not change and do not fear God. And I've encountered a lot of people that do not fear God, and I think that's part of the problem. A lot of people in this culture, they think God is overrated, not real. But He's very real and the only person that cures and that heals. And so I hope that this psalm encouraged you guys. If you could just put in the comments down below why your favorite psalm, or what you took out of Psalm 55, or if you want to share your testimony, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm a baby Christian and I'm going to keep making these videos. That way I could grow, you could grow, maybe we could start a community together. But I would encourage you guys to keep reading, keep praying, keep going in the Word. And if you have a word for me, let me know. And if you need prayer, also let me know. Thank you. Happy Sunday.